Dan.
Who's this guy?
What the?
When?
Oh,
Munch.
I thought you left.
oh, sorry, guys.
Hey Dan, what are we doing here today?
We're filming a video for Clubhouse. Clubhouse, ArtHouse, just seemed like the right thing to do.
What is an art house?
ArtHouse Residential, they're a one-stop custom home builder. They are mindful on making the property an investment for the people they're building for.
Do they maximize square footage? Do they look at the investments on these kinds of things?
You'll just have to watch the video.
One of the common things that we try and do with all our houses is get the client super involved in the design.
Okay.
We don't want people spending money on extra square footage. We want people spending money on making their square footage really cool. So we pack a lot of value into the square footage rather than just making extra square footage.
Your secret sauce is that you pack more value into a square foot than anybody else.
Yeah.
And that value is all your goodies.
Instead of buying your home first, which is not really an investment, people mistakenly call it an investment. Instead, we're saying buy an actual investment first and make it your home as you can afford it.
Okay, so let's have a look at the design. You're in keeping with the concrete theme we saw in Scott's project.
I like the materials that I work with as a carpenter, right? So we work with concrete a lot, and it's fun for me to work with. So we have concrete countertops. There's a ton of wood in the house. We've got like maple, teak, fir, apple. like just because I love wood, so there's a lot of wood features everywhere.
So you also build family-friendly, kid-friendly into that design. So you're packing all kinds of value.
Yeah, if you want to see something family friendly, I want to show you something really fun for the kids upstairs.
Yeah, cool, let's see it.
Yeah.
Oh, into
What
an
the
office?
heck?
This is great.
Dan.
Who's this guy?
What the?
When?
Oh,
Munch.
I thought you left.
oh, sorry, guys.
This is a kid's hammock, man.
I'm sort of like a kid.
You're pretty big for a kid, but I suppose.
Sorry, guys. I'm gonna go. I'm sorry. Bye for now.
Take your stuffy.
Well, obviously
This is the fun thing I wanted to show you.
It's cool, right?
Yeah, it's just this is off their office, and it's overlooking their front entry. Your average house may have a railing here,
Right.
but instead they thought this is a really fun spot for the kids to play, and spy on the people coming in. Or
That's really cool. It looks like it's well reinforced.
yeah,
There's a little bit of fear factor getting on that.
There's a bit of fear factor, I suppose. Yeah, but it's actually incredibly strong, and there's even some secondary support. Just in case you ever pile like 10 people on here and jump all at once, there's a backup system.
I'd imagine that you haven't tested that though.
We've tested it with 3 jumping.
Oh, there you
Yeah,
go. There you go.
3 adults.
Tell me about that brick.
Yeah, this is from the old house that used to be here. This is not a renovation in any way. There was a little old bungalow, wartime bungalow that was falling apart, but it had this beautiful brick fireplace.
So you're able to repurpose and do really cool design features with the former house.
Yeah, kind of like pay homage to the old house.
What do you think about coming from England? What do you think about brick and using brick more so in the building process in Edmonton, Alberta? What would you say to people that go, yeah, I just need a bit of brick in my life and want to really go to work with that material?
When you do find something that's a bit of a gem, like some really cool brick or some old timber we've had in other projects, I think it's really important to try and use that where you can, because we only have a tiny little bit of old cool heritage. So let's try and keep that old cool heritage, even if we have to build a new building.
So on the way from the trapeze, where are we going next?
Yeah, I want to show you the master bedroom.
Cool.
Yeah. So,
Whoa.
dude, it's getting weird.
Munch, what are you doing?
Sleeping. Lovely night last night, chaps.
Well, when we said you couldn't be in the hammock, we didn't mean you should just come find any other spot.
Okay, I'm sorry, guys. It's embarrassing.
Come on, get it together, Munch.
So the thing that you will find about this bedroom that we commonly do is we didn't make it enormous. We made it super functional and super nice, and it's got kind of like a cozier vibe. We've got a huge closet wall here, and my space that I use to access the closet doubles as space in my bedroom. Instead, we spent a little money to make it look pretty, but we saved the square footage and we packed that value into the master bedroom.
Gotcha, so
Right
that's your
here.
theme. maximizing that square footage. Once
Yeah.
again, we see it in the bedroom.
Always cool studies. You always use maximum space because
This is where I spend a ton of time. Actually, everyone in ArtHouse spends some of their time here. And my kid also spends a lot of time here.
Yeah.
So we thought it was really important to make sure that our office space felt really good to be in. So it's wide open to the rest of our house. We'll sometimes be having 4 or 5 people using this area as their office. So we wanted to make sure that you could communicate from here into the kitchen if it needed to be doubling as office space. So we're making a super good use of the square footage that we have. And this coffee table is inset like this. I built it, my wife and I built it over Christmas, and it has a lid that goes on top.
Yeah.
So if we're having a meeting in here, we can just quickly chuck the lid on, leave the toys as they are, and put a laptop there.
awesome.
So in this building envelope, how many people would be all the way from the attic all the way down to the basement?
Yeah, so there's 7 of us.
Yeah.
And we're on the same footprint. I think we're like 10 square feet different in footprint than the original 1920 house that was here. That was only a 2-bedroom. So we've increased the density significantly, and our per capita carbon footprint is way lower than even your average net zero house. It turns out that choosing your neighbors, choosing your tenant, is actually a huge benefit. So we do interact a ton just because we get along really well.
So it's absolutely masterful. The key takeaways I'm getting, I'm sure people out there are getting, is that your increasing density is what we want. I as a person who lives in a mature neighbourhood, I want my kid to be in the thick of things. I want them to be interacting with city life. So you're doing that for families, and you're also comparable to net zero houses. So it's just a win-win. And you have taken the next level of infill and custom home building. You've taken it to the next level, infills and custom home building, and it's an absolute, I mean, it might sound a bit cheesy, but I'm happy that we stumbled across you, because there's some great things happening with ArtHouse Residential. We can't wait to see and film you more and see you along the way with your next projects. I want to say this to the camera: attic space, limited, and you actually have usable space.
Yeah.
So you don't have all this crazy attic space that you're not going to do anything with.
It feels really acoustically dampened in this room. Tell me more about that.
Yeah, so because we're making room in the attic, right, for this bedroom, this is our master bedroom, and it's actually insanely small compared to your average master bedroom. It doesn't bother me even in the least. What we did, instead of having a large master bedroom, is we wanted it to be really cozy, feel really warm, and instead of we didn't want it to be too tight, so we actually just left this opening to our living room.
Yeah, it certainly does have that feel of the master carrying right through on this entire attic space.
You guys really take the design into play. You do the use of space as well as one of your USPs.
This feels like it has a lot of character to it. It has a lot of feel. All the elements of the wood or the brick, it just feels solid.
We definitely built something that we thought should fit into Garneau, which is an old neighborhood. It's a 100-year-old neighborhood, so we wanted it to feel like it could have been here for 100 years, and we hope it's here for 100 years to come.
I really learned about the neighbourhoods of Garneau, Hazeldene, Ritchie. These are the perfect neighbours if you want to get good cash flow. So use ArtHouse Residential to consult to make your lot more valuable. If you want to know more about infill lots, you can contact munch@clubhousegroup.ca.
Or you can contact Rourke at clubhousegroup.ca.
I'll speak to you all soon.
Do it.